gang stalked and the energy's not being manipulated to the people, how come while I was sitting at the airport, a man came up and said he will lend me his phone to ring up my mother? When I opened his telephone, he has all the lists of all my workers from Elm Cleaning in Australia. He also had this note on his thing about opening this empire in Sweden of Kenworth. I instantly knew, because while I was there, I knew Charlotte had a pod of cops that had followed me to Sweden, and that is why I've had no justice. These cops have been abusing me and abusing me and abusing me for years, taking away my money. So in Australia, in Sweden, I left because they failed to protect me. But to find out a man recently, when I'm sitting at the airport trying to find a way to get to my mum, that they have built a Kenworth tower all over the world. This is Reuben. So what you're doing is keeping me lower than Reuben and Kiki all these years. You are holding my reputation hostage. You have destroyed my reputation. You've changed me into something else. 3 years ago, all these references say I'm good. I asked Bronwyn, help me write a reference. She wrote a reference that I was a very, very social person. I get along well with housemates all the time. I'm a lovely girl. And then when I texted her and I said, can you help me with immigration? She said, how am I going to help you? And I said, well, you just told me you saw all the people being really nasty in the public. And so did the guy down at Unitech. I've got all the texts, but I can't talk to him. I want access to talk to him because that's why they're blackmailing me and trespassing me off the land so that I cannot get hold of anybody that could actually help me. They've trespassed me away from Rachel Devine because she knows she's illegally been criminally harassing me and going to my bosses to outcast me. It's all crime. You can't keep taking away my grassroots business and stop me from talking to anybody and saying I'm a creep that's a criminal. Like, you've taken away my business. I built that business. What gave you the right to criminally go through my phone? It's pretty weird. You can say that I'm delusional, but it's pretty weird that all my phones don't work. You've got 21 of my exes that I've asked for help with work, to ask for help for shelter or somewhere to hide. Any of these guys have been stolen in a massive bullying network. It's pretty weird in that I didn't have a high spirit, but Ryan, you've gotten hold of Ryan and Jake. Jake is a criminal in a witness protection program. That shows you are very sadistic and very, very violently violating my boundaries. And somebody that's in witness protection, his boundaries are violated. You should not be doing that at all. And to find Neil shows a real criminal mind, because there's no way you could find this guy. He was like nobody to me. He was like a summer romance. It wasn't even romance. It was just like going out drinking and having a friend with benefits. And I never got deep with the guy. I never shared anything personal with him. It was just some guy that just kept hitting on me. And in the end, I was like, well, fine. It's not like he's ugly. I want to know why you're trying to frame me as some prostitute, but you're letting these girls be whores. And yet I have to wear this crown that I don't owe. You've horrifically humiliated me on the media all these years. You're horrifically destroying every project I do. I started writing a book. They had a lawyer. So this whole time, this bus saying he was God, he lied about my reputation and my identity, that I was egotistical, I was arrogant, I was narcissistic, and I didn't know where this was coming from. That's not who I was as a person. If I'm so arrogant, why would I be doing all this charity? You're stealing from me. You know, everything to do with my astrology chart is to do with selflessness and transcending our ego. I'm not an egotistical run person. Money to me is an energy to make my life happen. It's nothing about being better than people. Like, I mean, oh, there's more holes. Also, I've moved into a house. They've drilled probably 30 holes in all of the walls to put in vapor fumes to make me sick. Yeah, and then every time I used to go, I'd find, they send in these construction workers, but they're really part of like destroying your house. Like they put this white fine powder around, and I've got a feeling it's asbestos or some sort of paint dust. They just put all this. They did it even at my work in Australia at the Edithvale. This has been going on for a long time, attacking my stability. This job in Edithvale, I liked it. It was a cleaning job. I'm better than a cleaner. I can do all this stuff, but I wanted this job to get my certificate in aged care. And I wanted a stable job. They don't let me have stability. They target me. It's a group of cops. I want to know why. You can't just keep abusing me and holding me hostage and using Germany and this massive worldwide organisation to keep stopping me from living my life and keeping me a dog and denying me the right that I did a lot of loving energy. Like, I want some, if you are so like spiritually minded, I want some spiritual people to read my actual chart. Is it really about transcending the ego? Is it really about selflessness? Because I'm not a real egotistical person, and I'm not a bad person to get along with. All of my references before that say I'm really social and easy to get along with. I'm really easy to get along with. So this book's going around and banning me from being myself every time, and they're taking everything in my character, and it's not fair. It's just like attacking me while I'm weak because I've been abused, and it's made me lose all my confidence. It's a really unfair situation. One girl gets beaten by the mob and raped by 5 guys and goes into a traumatic shock and shuts down and wants to hide away, while one girl gets strung out into the public. The thing is in that house in Remuera, it was a gang pad, and they did say they were swapping my life with the white flower. Is that Charlotte or is that Poppy? They basically were kicking my ass in that house. And then there was Buddhas everywhere, and it's like my house in Australia is Buddhas. All my spiritual cards were about Buddha. My mind is about peace. I don't like violence. But if you're fighting people that are like pig-headed, arrogant assholes like these motorcycle gangs that want to have no mercy and are completely ignorant about what they're trying to take, they want all these Australian girls to be the face of spirituality, and they're blonde girls. And it's like, you don't have this ability. You don't have these customs. You don't even understand what karma is. You're just plagiarizing stuff. Like, it's my whole life. It's my intelligence. I'm not Leanne is intelligent about her practical things, but my mind is way more higher spiritually, and I'm not allowed that spiritual honor. Like, that's why she defiled and sexually violated me and attacked me and is keeping me outcast of all these cartels so they never have to pay any of the violence that Poppy and that landlord did with the toilet video and this Fresh taking my life away, doing all this, putting me down the stairs all the time. And it's like, how come I'm the only one in the whole world going down? Like, you've done it not once. How come I'm the only one being bullied all these years? How come you've targeted me for death all these years? They've covered up in Christchurch that there was a fleet of cops bullying me, that my face is fucking ugly and it's a dog, and who would feel sorry for this? And then each job that I was going through in my phone, they targeted it. I was going for all these T-cell jobs because she kept targeting normal employment. And so she started this massive campaign of teachers that I was dumb and thick and they are superior-minded. Oh, we are superior. We are Nazis. Our minds are superior. We're more intellectual than you. We're like more refined than you. And it's so, yeah, but you can't when you're under a cult of barbaric men that want to rape and torture you for a fucking sack of rice. That it's not even much money. I'm pretty sure they just get $100 and they beat the shit out of you and rape you. You know, they don't care about life. And I'm just saying, if you want to be intelligent, why does it have to be a massive competition with me? Why am I always in a competition with somebody that I want to go on ahead in my life? It's the Samoan mother is very toxic. Everything I want to do in my life, she's made her daughter the high class of everything that I do. And that's where I'm being bitter. It's my life. I should have the freedom to express myself. Like this Kayla. I've already done counselling, a lot of experience in counselling, not just being the patient, but actually giving the counselling. I've done volunteer work at Lifeline. I've done all these papers in Quantum Education Group, which is ASCII. It's in Australia accredited. Is it Australian? The paperwork is real, but it wasn't registered with NZQA. So they must have not done all the protocol to have it all registered or something. But the reading, like, it actually is genuine, I believe. The educational books that they gave me actually are legit, but it wasn't legit, the actual, like, the accreditation. And they're trying to make out that chicken gets the golden wings. As I was in Massey and they won't let me go to Massey. They wanted the beer and the Russians to have all the glory for what I was doing in my life. And it's pretty weird that all your girls have the same steps in my life. Because the whole time they were having a war, every day I was fighting for a job. So I went through all of the aged care systems, like Miranda Kerr and all these other organisations, like Ryman's, everything. And put my CV everywhere. I spent lots of time with all these different work and incomes with my CV and all these different work bridges, and I am not allowed to work, but you are paying all these gangsters in Christchurch billions of dollars to keep me trashed. How is that fair? This has just been so unfair, everything that's been taken off me. Everything. And it's, it even goes back to this, somebody sent me that Poppy was running an underground dark web business and they're stealing my intellectual property. So all this time they've been robbing me and giving it to, I think they're giving it to some music producers. So that's why there is no reality. 1 minute we were all equals, and next minute they had a makeover and polished themselves and went on a campaign to establish the power, but they left me with nothing. So in this fascism regime, they went on this bus, a concourse, making out I was a bad person and just humiliating me. I'm a dog every day after my face got disfigured. And I think you can see in this light, I think that's leukemia or something to do with liver. So, I mean, in this light, it doesn't look that bad, but, I looked pretty bad not long ago. Like, you can tell my whole face went really gaunt, but I became really, really fat. How does that work? My whole face went very, very skinny, and my nose was always refined. She's made it, like, really roundy. I don't have rights. Like, I just want to know why I want to have a makeover and why, like, they decided to have everybody have a makeover and have a pool of lovers and outcast me of any love whatsoever or attention. So if I'm banned from Hollywood and locked out for 40 years, why take me away from Sweden? I flew over there to go and have my own life, to have an intellectual life, but they are so greedy. They came over with a bus that Poppy has a bigger IQ than me, and I got my face beaten there, and the Swedish hospital said I had kidney failure. And that's true. And they're shadow banning me off all the networks. Apparently they've signed 15 years to silence me on all BBC, all the national, because for years I've gone to 60 Minutes. Years and years I've gone to all these different places, help me. My face got disfigured and no one's investigating it. And she said, we're locking you for 20 years. So this lawyer spent billions of dollars locking me out of my own country, and the people that's witnessed it. So the government's paying all this money to stop the witnesses, then they're paying all the media to stop any coverage. So I don't exist anymore. Then he's erasing me off all the administration to stop all the proof that I did all this work. As I went to many Red Crosses, Many. I went to the Salvation Army in Albany. Is it Albany? Is that Salvation Army or Red Cross? That is probably one of the best ones. They give you a box of fruit and veggies. And then I went to the Red Cross there, and I went to the Red Cross in Royal Oak because they did transitional housing. I never got housing there. I went to the one out of Manukau. I don't know if it's Red Cross or Salvation Army. They've got a massive art piece on the wall about peace and war. And the thing is we can't have peace unless there is a war. Because she's trying to tell me I'm somebody I'm not by basically silencing me and making out that guy was my mate. The social workers are all talking that guy's my mate and I'm ugly. Basically, I've heard them. I've got some recordings of it. Like, they don't say it outwardly. It's all kind of like, I can't live like that. You can't keep poisoning all these networks to stop me having social life, being open and happy. Why would you do that to somebody? And why are you aging me before my time and psychologically torturing me for 10 years that I'm ugly and stopping me from being beautiful, the real beautiful energy that I am? You're so jealous of people liking me. Like, this is a real jealousy to build all these bricks worldwide to never let me have friends. I love going worldwide and making friends. And now because I said that, she's on a worldwide empire. And it's like, why should there be one music person to stand in the public? That's why I'm angry at them. It's like, my life, I shouldn't be under this vanilla thing. I've done this, I've got a reference saying that I'm vanilla flavoured, and she goes, is it your sisters at the church that are doing that? And then she's got your favourite mug, and she's got all these ugly photos of me, and she bullies me that my walk's bad. She bullies everything about me. You sure spend so much money bullying me and making me build your empire by bullying and abusing me and enslaving me, but you won't let me have the credit for what I do. You gave the credit to all these other people but me, and I'm the one that did the work, and it's my spiritual transcendence. It wasn't yours. You can't judge me today when I'm sick on a couch with poison. And it's gone all over the world like it's abuse. They're torturing me all over the world. I went to Sweden, they were torturing me in my refugee centre, and he put me in a square over there. You won't let me live my own life. You won't let me go into the public. You won't let me talk to anybody. You silence me with sexual violence. You keeping on filming me every day that I'm average, and it's like, you won't let me fly though. I can't believe my ex clipped my wings. I can't forgive this. It's very abusive what you're doing, stopping me from having a better life, stopping me from having my own identity. Like, these girls shouldn't just keep taking off me. I just want to know why. Why I have to be trapped as a dog. It's not what I want for my life. I didn't work my whole life to have this future, and someone gave me a book, and it says in it, your hard-earned future's gone. Because she's basically been harassing and obsessed over my life for 7 years now. 7 years of this. Obsessively in my phones. It's like they tell me to do my work. How can you work if you're harassed all day by India that you're fucking ugly? How can I do my work when, like, this Japan's punching me as a monkey for $1? I mean, seriously, like, I'm not an arrogant person. I'm here showing you me after my face is ruined. I'm starting to heal now, and my eyes, I think, has something to do with, like, liver and kidney things to do with, like, leukemia, that they're not telling me what's going on, and they're also not giving me my own. I was a really joyful, happy person, like, really joyful, really happy. Why? Because I'm free in my heart. I didn't carry any burdens with me. I let go. I'm not bitter about men at all. I can prove it. I am a bit bitter about Ruben, about my career, and about everything I work for. He keeps giving it to that girl. That's the only thing I'm bitter about. I'm not bitter that she's better looking after my abuse. I'm not bitter. I'm bitter that she keeps using me in my face. I don't like her. I'm not bitter, but I'm not bitter that he's moved on. It already happened in my past. Like, there were other men in my life that I was attracted to. And at this time, to punish me, he's made me pound town sex after I've been disemboweled, and punish me that I'm ugly to all these men that were meant to be a future of guys that I'd met that I wanted to see. And this guy's punishing me like I'm not allowed love for the rest of my life, and I want to investigate it, especially if you've given me AIDS. What did I do? I started a business. You took that business off me, stopped me having friends in New Zealand, punished me here, this chopper guy, and then to inject me with AIDS? That's murder. I want proof about it, because Helen Clark said the girl got poached from Australia and she's injected with AIDS, and the Americans are banning her having the life-saving care that she needs. Now, I want to know if that's me, because I believe I got injected. And I did get poached. Like, everything I worked for in Australia has been robbed and just silenced, and everything's my fault. Then he put me in court cases and made me pay all this tax for this Elizabeth crew that I don't owe. Like, you keep making me pay endless tax for everything. You're taxing me from having a childhood memory of all my exes. I'm not allowed any friends at all.